6:42. When President Biden visited Uvalde on Sunday, he met with several lawmakers, including Congressman Tony Gonzales, whose District 23 includes the city of Uvalde.
Congressman Gonzales joins us now live in studio to talk about the president's visit, what happens after, obviously, this shooting. Congressman, thanks for coming in this morning.
No, thank you for having me. It shows your commitment, us doing it in studio.
Well, thank you. So what meaningful did the president say yesterday?
Yeah, the conversation didn't start yesterday. It started when the shooting happened. And honestly, our teams have been working together to help build this trip out to make it successful. As soon as he landed yesterday, the first thing out of his mouth was, "I don't want to make anything political today." And I thought he did a really good job of that. I thought, he did a good job bringing the country together. Him and I do not agree on a lot of things policy-wise, but to have the President of the United States show up in Uvalde, Texas, meant a lot to the citizens, meant a lot to the people. What I also say is, we had a full day. We met at the Robb Elementary, paid our respects. We had mass, and I'll tell you, I was running on E. I was drained, emotionally drained. Our community is emotionally drained. Going to mass yesterday was very uplifting. I could feel this sense of comfort afterwards, and he was part of that as well.
Yeah, and Congressman, because this is top of mind, I think, for a lot of people, I want to go back to that post that you had online, and you said, "I voted no on 2 gun control measures in the House. And I will do everything I can to oppose gun grabs from the far left." I know you've mentioned that you weren't ready to talk politics per se, but I think you're in a position of leadership. And a lot of people right now are looking for hope and change, and they're looking for you to do that. So some of the proposals out there, and I want to know where you stand on some of these, but gun buyers should be at least 21 years old. This is what they're looking at pushing for in the special session. Red flag laws. How do you feel about those two?
Yeah, if you have 5 minutes with the president, what are you going to ask? That's what I had yesterday. And what I asked for 3 things in particular for my community. I asked for a mental health hospital that's $25 million. I was able to secure $2 million last year. I need $23 million. I asked for $13.5 million for a radio system where all responders can talk to one another. This is important. There's so much misinformation going on because not all the responders were on the same channel.
But
you had firefighters, you had all these other areas. The other thing I asked for was another emergency center. To your point, as far as the politics in it, this is very important. Because what's going to happen is we want to divide us. This is a uniting moment.
But have you, since the shooting, changed your stance on where you stand on gun control? In particular, red flag laws are a big topic right now, and people want to know where you stand on that.
I believe in the Constitution. I believe in ensuring that the Constitution is fully enacted, right? And we have a legal way to do that, right? As far as what do we do? What do we prevent things going forward? One is this. So here in San Antonio, I grew up in a abusive environment. I spent time in the San Antonio Battered Women's Shelter. So for me, school was my safest point. That doesn't happen in America anymore. People are afraid to go to school. So how do we change that? What I don't want to do is this. We get into the politics in it, and people are pushing politics. Right now, the House Democrats are pushing this H.R. 8. Well, guess what? H.R. 8 passed in the House last year. If it passed in the Senate this year, and even if the president were to sign it, that would not have stopped this Uvalde shooting. So what I'm getting at is this is about an opportunity for us to have meaningful changes. I think it starts with mental health, and it goes from there, but it starts with this.
So outside of mental health, though, have you changed your stance at all on anything else?
This is a broad discussion. I mean, if we can't we're all, like you said, we're all fathers and mothers, sons and daughters. Can we agree on one thing? Can we agree that we need to address the mental health issue in this country? Can we start there? If the answer is yes, then I think we can go on from there. If the answer is no, if you can't agree on mental health, what can we agree on? But I think I think we will agree on that.
The Texas legislature in 2013 passed the Texas Children's Act, which allowed school employees to carry weapons. Are we at a point in this country to where we need armed personnel, whether it's full-time police officers for each district, whether it's teachers, school administrators, even the janitor, passing a background check training to have weapons on campus to prevent something like this?
I'm a father of 6. I want my children to be safe in school.
Me too.
All of us. Before we're Republicans and Democrats, we're fathers and mothers. All of us should want our children to be safe in school. Now, what does that mean? I think it's an all of the above approach. Let's bring all the ideas. This isn't a new, sadly, this is not a new topic. There's lots of legislation out there. There's lots of ideas out there. What there is, what lacks right now is inaction. People willing to come sit down at the table and have a discussion. Yesterday at Mass, one of the members from Houston, Sheila Jackson Lee, very progressive. Her and I our politics very different. The entire time we're sitting next to each other, going, "How do we figure this out?" Right? It won't be, it won't satisfy everybody, but how do we figure this out in a meaningful way? I think now is the moment to do that. We have to be united. Uvalde has to unite this country, not divide us any further than it already is.
And I wish we would talk so much longer, but since we're tight on time, I want to switch gears for a minute and ask you this question. We heard from Congressman Castro about the possibility of demolishing Robb Elementary and rebuilding a new school. Have you had those talks?
Yeah, it came up a little bit yesterday. One, Robb Elementary is a very old school. Two, the part of it is the community. How are they going to go back to school in general? Not only Robb, but anywhere. And one of the things that we've been looking at is, in particular, I've been working with the President Gonzales from Southwest Texas University, junior college there in Uvalde, to go, how do we start summer schools? How do we do some of these things? But Robb Elementary is just a vessel. And that vessel may change, but we got to get to the root of it, where our children are safe in our schools, that we drop them off and we go, you know what? My child is safe. All of us.
They're giving us the rap. I need a real short answer. The federal investigation into this, what happened, the police response, is that needed?
I think we absolutely need to find out the facts. And before people chime in and say different things that have no idea what was happening on the ground, we need to find out the facts. I listen to folks on the ground every single day.
All right, Congressman Tony Gonzales, thank you for being here with us. Look forward to sitting down with you again when we're ready to talk more politics.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Of course you are.